Hey everybody, Super Josh 171 back with another underused video. This is against a guy whose in-game name is J9, but it's Mighty Ina 6 on Purple Surge. And, well, let's just say this one's going to be a little bit different than the last few, which makes me happy. So he throws out pretty much one of the best counters for me right there to start. I throw out the taunt, which stops his calm mind, and then obviously you turn out of there because I can't do anything else against him. So I throw out my wall to him, knowing that he won't be able to touch Kal-El, obviously, because I recovered all of the health back. Throws out his Poliwrath, and I do forget later on in the fight that he has a Poliwrath, but it works out alright. He's got the bulk up now, so his defense is up 1. My attack is his attack and defense are up 1, so are mine. That didn't really do anything to him, so I come in with lightning, knowing that he's going to wall these attacks pretty well. I don't know what Rock Slide was all about, because I'm sure one of his stab attacks still would have done as well as Rock Slide. Maybe he was hoping for the flinch, I guess. So I threw out the slack off, knowing that he'd get out of there eventually. And Thunder Punch hits, and I'm thinking, I'll be sitting with at least a third of my HP left. And he gets a critical hit. So ruins that. That would have been really good defense against both him and his Spiritomb. So throws in the Rapidash when I switched out. Obviously didn't work for me. Burns me, so I'm just going to get the quick fake out damage, which sadly only did half. It would have done much, much better had I not been burned. But you turn out of there and come in with my Miltank, and hits me with the Flare Blitz. Isn't going to do a whole lot just because I am pretty defensively strong. And at this point, I'm going to Heal Bell away both Will-O-Wisps. I had a feeling he was going to use a Will-O-Wisp on him anyways, so it just worked out in the end. Now my Groper is back to full attack also. And hit Blaziken with the Body Slam. I was really hoping for Parahacks there, but obviously didn't work out. Come in with my 360, take the Brick Break like a champ. And I'm going to set up, I believe first I'm going to set up my Rock, and then I'll hit Spiritomb with my Toxic, because Spiritomb is just a bloody freaking mess. And I figure I know that he has the Dark Pulse, so he does have an attack that is going to be pretty strong against me, but up until that first boost, I figured it wasn't going to do him any good. Because of the poison, he backs out. I had used my Earth Power on that turn, so it worked beautifully to hit Blaziken with that. That was definitely a lucky hit on my part. Comes in with Alakazam. I'm thinking that I'll be able to survive at least one attack. Granted, I'm a special attacker, so I wouldn't have done much damage to him anyways. But I wasn't able to do that because, again, he got me with a critical hit. And at this point, we were still chatting on the Purple Surge site and kind of laughing about the critical hits. So, U-turn on that turn. Come back in with Kal-El. Because, well, I knew that he was going to be switching out. Throws out the Poliwrath again, and I had forgotten Poliwrath existed. That's why I was so eager to switch in with Kal-El, because I knew I had just gotten rid of his fighting type, but he had too. So Brick Break, the poison type, not going to do a whole lot. And again, another critical hit. So at that point, I think I called him a crit whore, I believe is what it was. Put him to sleep, get him out of the way just because getting too many critical hits for my liking. Comes back in with his slacking. I had thrown out the seed, hit with the seed this time. Absorb a little bit of health from him. He's going to attack this turn. I figured that he had Ice Punch since he had Thunder Punch. Didn't think that it would kill me in one attack, but that was my mistake. It did destroy me. So So come in with the groper. I had used U-turn expecting the switch. Shouldn't have just assumed. Come in with 2%, get a little bit of health from him, and then get my leftovers. So I'm going to be at max health. And he pulls him out, throws in Alakazam on my body slam. So it worked beautifully. I'm thinking, I guess I didn't chat with him about it, but I'm guessing that he thought I was going to throw out the toxic. So he switched to Alakazam just to hit me with it. But he barely holds on. He said he had 4 HP left and then hits me with the Focus Blast. And Groper comes in. I know that the only one to block that would have been his Spiritomb. So I figured I'd at least try it. Rapidash comes in. Minimal health after the switch and the Stealth Rocks. And knowing that Poliwrath is asleep and just having Groper and Umbreon left, I believe it's just the 2 left. I'm just going to keep going for the low kick and hope that he stays asleep. And while we were chatting, I told him that the 3 turns of sleep there were just payback for the critical hits. So I get out of there with my U-turn, knowing that he'd probably take him out pretty easily and not giving him too much time to set up before getting Kal-El in there. So throw in Kal-El. I'm just going to get a few boosts under my belt here because I know that his Slacking probably has a fighting type move. So get the boost. He obviously rests off the poison and the damage. Another curse. He's going to sleep talk. He's going to rest again in his sleep talk. Curse. Same old story. And he wakes up, but had unintentionally, he had mentioned that it was a complete accident to hit that button, but he did the sleep talk yet again on his waking turn. So there he gets another boost. I believe I'm at 4, he's at 2, and the payback does pretty ridiculous damage. So I know he's going to rest it off, but then I have 2 turns of attacking where he won't be able to really do much to my special defense. It'll do more with the 2 boosts than it did with the 1, but still not really enough to even put a dent in me. And then strategy-wise, like, it worked out beautifully for me at the end, knowing that my Kal-El has Protect. I'll be able to protect on every turn that his Slacking would attack. So it takes the Stealth Rock damage. I'm going to protect when he can attack. Throws out the Earthquake. Doesn't really do much to me. Get the payback in. And it takes him out. So it was a really fun fight. Talking afterwards, we're definitely going to have another one. So just expect to see another J9 coming up here. And thanks everybody for watching.